Alrightio, with Turkhartog Island, a distant memory as at 8 o'clock this morning, which was an hour and a half ago. We are now heading back to pick up the caravan. And so you would have seen a few episodes back, we left the van at Wooramel River Retreat, which is about an hour away from where we are now. So going to pick up some fuel, probably used for Turkhartog Island, used about 100 litres, so it's not too bad. But we're going to head back to Wooramel River Retreat, going to grab the van, and then we're going to say, well, we pretty much say goodbye to the ocean. Have we said goodbye to the ocean? And we'll see the ocean one more time as we head out of here. Say goodbye to Shark Bay, we'll say goodbye to the ocean, and we'll say goodbye to the West Coast, because we are going to start heading east. So we're going to start heading along Australia's longest shortcut, which is essentially travelling from the west coast to the east coast through the middle of the country. So anyway, that'll be fun. Hopefully. But we're going to start, hopefully the Savo will get to the start of the Great Central Road, heading up towards Uluru, and then we'll just sort of take it as it comes. But first things first, we're going to grab some fuel, and then we'll pick up the van. So we'll see you at Wooramel. It is hot. Back at Wooramel Station, the place is deserted, early March. I didn't actually see any vans on the way in, but we're having leftover spag that we had last night.
What the boys had last night.
The guys are in the sauna because it's like 40 degrees out here. God knows what it is in there, but the fan's been cooking for the last week, so it's pretty hot. We've got the air conditioning on just while the guys are in there, but I don't think it's touching the sides. So we have made the decision, We're going to Gero. So because we're going to cut through the middle, we're not really going to have a supermarket for a while. So it's about 4 hours down to Gero. Don't know where we'll stay yet. We'll figure that out on the way. And then tomorrow morning we'll wake up and probably punch out a big day on the Great Central Road. So anyway, Gero, here we come. So we are 13 minutes away from Geraldton, and we were going to go to the Big Four, but we've actually found out some friends of ours down here. So we're going to go stay on a farm with some friends, and we're going to, where are we going to tonight, dancing?
The Winter Sun
Pub grub for dinner. So it'll just be a quick overnight stay, and then we'll shoot out tomorrow morning. So you probably won't see any more of us until the morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Well, welcome to Gero. Welcome to Gero. We're at a friend's farm. Just parked up here. Had a few quiet chandies last night, which was good. Catch up. And today, or this morning, it's only like 6 a.m. I've got to unpack all of this. We've got to undo Turkhartog Island the car. Got to go and do a few things in town. We managed to get to the supermarket last night to pack up for the trip to Alice during the week. But for now, it is just organise the van, organise the car, and then hopefully by about 9:30 we'll get out of here and start heading into the desert. So after a week out in the wild,
living on Weetabix.
Yum! Back to our smoothie bowls. Where are we going? Where are we going today?
Gus has missed it.
Where are we going? Mount Magnet, hopefully.
Towards Mount Magnet.
Well, I'm gonna punch in Alice Springs
Start
to the
Great Central Road.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch Alice Springs into the sat nav. We'll start the Great Central Road. There's looks like a nice place in Mount Magnet, but we've got to be in Alice to get. Should I say it?
Huh?
Doesn't matter. We've got to be in Alice to get our heavy vehicle licenses. On, because we've got NT licenses. So we've got to be in Alice. We're booked in for the 17th. I'm getting my heavy vehicle license on the 17th. Tanya's getting her heavy vehicle license on the 18th.
17th is Sunday.
maybe I'm getting mine on the
I think
18th. Tanya's getting hers on the
I'm
19th.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we got to average 400 Ks per day. And I'm working.
And also enjoy ourselves.
And enjoy ourselves.
And for me to not get DVT.
Tanya not get deep vein thrombosis from sitting in the incredibly comfortable seats of the 76 series. Unmodified seats of the 76 series Land Cruiser.
Tell you what, if you want a way to get a baby in a bad position, sitting in those seats.
Anyway, so yeah, we'll sort of head towards Mount Magnet. It's still early. It's still like 8:30. I've got to go and get a bunch of stuff because we're in Geraldton. It's the last civilization we're going to see until the East Coast. So there's a bunch of stuff like the jockey wheel died because it's got sand in it, and then the anti-flap things we've had for like 4 years, and they're held together with zip ties and duct tape. And so there's just a few things that I'm going to get in Geraldton. So I'm going to zip out, get it now. They've killed my Milwaukee drill. I'm going to need another one of those. And I'm going to pack up this beautifully instant van.
Don't you love my
smoothie
Insta
bowls.
van?
That's good.
It's not even an Insta smoothie bowl. It just looks rubbish.
Anyway. Mount Magnet, maybe. I don't know. We'll organise. We'll see you soon. Mullewa. So our first town on our adventure west is Mullewa. There's artwork. There is a truck loading bay, which is always good. So with that, we say adieu, farewell, goodbye to the wonderful town of Mullewa. We have arrived in our next town, which is Yalgoo, the gold mining by the look of things. Yalgoo is a gold mining town. Now, we have had a look at what Yalgoo has to offer. And the list is long. The list is very long. We're actually going to go...
we're going to see if we can find some gold.
We're going to go check out the back cave.
We're going to try to find some gold.
Supposedly. So there is supposedly a 100-metre long cave that was dug out by...
Tunnel.
That was dug out by the gold miners. So we are going to, in 1.8 kilometres, turn down and have a look at that. What's that? Oh no, it's all right, here we are in downtown Yalgoo. The Joker's Tunnel. Do you want to come and have a read on what it says? There it is. You got this board here?
This one?
Yalgoo. The Joker's Tunnel. So it is official, other than a lot of flies. The Joker's Tunnel Information Board has the worst amount of spelling mistakes in any board we have encountered in our travels thus far. It is appalling. But anyway, that aside.
They wrote kilograms right, and then 10 words later, they read it wrong.
They wrote it wrong, Eli. But anyway.
Don't doubt my grammar while I'm doubting other people's grammar.
Like when people correct other people incorrectly.
But the Joker is a reference to card game, apparently, because a lot of the mining leases around here were named after like the Ace of Spades, Queen of Hearts, etc., etc., etc. So therein lies Joker's Tunnel, which was back in the mid-1800s where they found gold here. They figured what better way to look for gold than dig straight through the side of a mountain. So let's go explore.
Good, so can I try to catch one?
No, I wouldn't try and catch one.
Why?
I wouldn't. So, there are so many bats in here. Spiders.
And there's spider webs that's behind you, Dad.
Whereabouts?
There.
Oh, look. spider eggs. Some scary stuff. Oh, it's very cool and it's hot out here. There you go.
Oh, that's really sticky.
Prickly? Sticky or prickly? Oh, look at this, eh?
Come over here.
And also, this is apparently the doorstep to the outback. So I believe, as of this point, we are officially in the outback. So, I'll tell you what, we usually travel slow, and at the moment, of late, we've just, since Christmas, like, we've been travelling so fast. So, yeah, we'll settle down after the baby. We hope. Mount Magnet Main Street. Looks like they got a good-looking playground over there, boys, for tomorrow.
Yeah. But when are we
feel
gonna
like
use
you want to
it?
get that
'Cause we're
going?
leaving early.
Yeah, no, we're not.
And this is
No, we're leaving at 1. I've got to work.
Oh, right.
And there is a pub just up here, which is our destination. And so it's an art centre. I think everything's closed because it's like not high season. I think everything probably opens up. Is this still wildflower season up here? This far out? Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet at the moment. Anyway, we're going to have some pub grub, then go back to the van, go to bed. Good morning. Good morning / good afternoon, because we're packed up and we're leaving. So, that Magnet, great little place, amazing little pub. I don't think I updated from dinner last night was, what do you reckon? What did you rate the dinner last night? I rated it amazing. I was like, don't put that camera in my face.
Oh, it's the sun. You know, average pub.
Average pub. It was a good pub. Food was good.
Food's
I thought it was
not
amazing.
spectacular.
I thought it was amazing for a country pub.
Basics. Yeah,
Basics.
country pub.
Yeah, good pub grub. Anyway, we're going to...
I don't know yet. That way.
We're going east.
That way.
That way. East. Anyway, we're going east. We'll see you east.
Somewhere.
Rainbow Windmill, and we are welcome to Sandstone, which is apparently
That way.
down there.
In 400 metres.
We're turning right here.
Gwalia
Turn,
Street.
yeah. Alright, turning right here because we are going to Payne's Find. No?
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We're not going that far.
We're not going that far. That's 240 k's. We're definitely not going 240 k's.
No, does that mean we can't go that way?
Right.
Maybe the road's closed.
What do those big signs say?
In 400 metres, turn left.
Where are we supposed to be going? What do they even mean?
I don't know what they mean.
So that's not really shortcut. What you say about that?
Stop 1. Contradiction well. Ta-da! So, from the 1900s, apparently, and they were sunk to a depth of about 100 metres. And that little thing there is the winder that some poor schmuck had to wind attached to that and bring a bucket of water up 100 metres back in the 1900s. And this was to cater for the miners, because this whole area was and still is a big mining hub, as you can tell by the myriad of big road trains that are going back and forwards. But anyway, I'm excited. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
You can tell.
More driving. Yay. Yay. Yay.
All right, next stop. Back at the old mill, which is interesting, to say the least. I feel like we're out in the middle of nowhere. We'll have a look.
Cute little houses.
What do you think this was?
Barbecue. I don't know.
Someone's home, I reckon.
What is this?
Someone used to live here in this little shed thing. Little
sure about
knickknacks
that.
and stuff.
What is this?
And broken glass. There you go.
What is this though? What purpose would this have?
What do you think?
What all?
It's an insulator. Electricity would go through there, and this insulates it.
Oh.
What would this have been useful for?
And it's a pipe, a bent pipe, no less.
And this is a bit of a pot.
There you go.
Lots of holes.
There you go. I think the old mill's up there. These places here are what appear to be empty residence. Houses that they restored. They're looking nicely restored. No, they're locked. You can't get into them. It's actually really easy to get out here. We thought the roads would be a bit dodgy because there's been some rain, but it actually looks all right. Tans, I'll bring the car up to the other house if you want, and you guys can meander up there so I don't have to walk back. And there's us. Isn't she beautiful? Hey Toby, what's your review of this accommodation?
Pretty bad.
Oh, it's not bad. Look, there's a fireplace.
Yes, guys.
See? Fireplace to keep you nice and warm. Yeah, it's got
Spiderwebs to eat.
spider webs to eat. You've got a beautiful window with a view of our van.
Yes, and Dad's stepping on mittens.
Lots of what appears to be bird poo.
How is that?
Or maybe it's just asbestos. And yes, that was exciting. And obviously a interesting locking mechanism where the lock is on top of the actual bolt, which I'm not sure if that's right or wrong or... Anyway, we'll leave it as we found it. There you go. This humble little establishment here.
Got 3.3 tons of gold. That's a lot of gold.
Jeez, it is.
A lot of gold.
So yeah, 3.3 tons of gold passed through this place. We should have a pan with us because they've just had a ton of rain and there's all these little washouts going through. I reckon if you put the pan in there, there'd be some dust, but, well, we don't have a pan, so there's that dream shattered. Anyway, what's next?
London Bridge, I think.
London Bridge. It says London Bridge and Brewery, but I don't think we're going to get a beer there because, well, there's literally no one around anywhere. Anyway, you're looking good there, Lion King.
Considerable erosion since that time, and visitors are requested not to walk over it.
Ha! I don't think you'd be walking over that.
Horse and buggy
Looks very unsafe.
shows how much erosion's happened in the last couple of 100 years.
I must say, I do love doing these just random little touristy things when you're passing through towns like Sandstone, because it gives you appreciation, a very good appreciation of the rich heritage of the region. And so here at London Bridge, so this bridge here, which looks extremely unsafe. So firstly, this rock here is basalt. This stuff here. And amazing enough, this stuff here formed 350 odd million years ago. So this bridge started its life when life was only just starting to take a hold on this planet, which I personally find fascinating. But this area has been used by the residents of Sandstone, probably not so much now, but back in the early 1900s, 10,000 people lived here. There was a little mini gold rush going on. And so this was a popular meeting place for people to come out here and have their picnics and get their photo taken with their horse and cart over the top of the bridge, which probably is not the safest thing in the world to do, but amazingly enough, the bridge still stands true. And here we are, 100 years later, over 100 years later, just checking it out. And the view through here, it's like it's a massive nature's window. So yeah, pretty cool in my humble opinion. And because it's sort of late in the afternoon, it's not that hot here and the flies aren't that bad. Anyway, next stop is apparently the brewery. The brewery?
Yep.
The brewery, next stop on the Sandstone Heritage Trail. And so, last stop, as you can well imagine, typically for us, is the brewery. Now, it does look like a big hole in the ground, but back in its heyday here in Sandstone, this wonderful little place was a brewery. So it was actually ironically set up by the Irish, no judgment or pun intended. But in here, as soon as you walk in here, the temperature drops right down. And so 100 years ago, 120 years ago, this place was stocked with barrels of fermenting beer.
Smells like it too.
It does smell a bit yeasty in here. And look, there's a ladder. Look, you can see a ladder going up the top there. And I'm guessing we can walk up there and see down. So the actual shop used to be up there. The beer used to be down here. And it's actually, when you walk on here, it sounds like there's something below the ground here as well that they've concreted up. So yeah, the brewery. Let's go. I don't know how you get to the top. We'll figure it out. We've got our rock climbing shoes on, so what could go wrong? And up here, I reckon you had a beer garden that had arguably one of the best views that a beer garden could have. Don't fall in the hole. And then obviously, so this was all structure here. It had structure here, and then you had obviously the cellar, which we were looking up at before, which was right there, which is where they'd haul the beer up for the patrons. And again, not getting all whimsical, but look at the history that this place has. 120 years ago, people were probably kicking back here, having a drink, telling stories about the gold that they've found, each of them having a long story to tell about how they actually got out here. Because I'll tell you what, coming out here in the early 1900s, it wasn't hitch up the van and drive a few 100 Ks on bitumen. It was a long, hard slog. Horse-drawn cart. Would have been months and months to get out here with the hope of finding gold and changing their lives. Yeah, this is where the bar is. This is the rooftop. This is the beer garden tarns.
The original rooftop bar.
The original rooftop bar. Hipsters galore. Anyway, on that note, we're going to head back out to the highway because it's getting late and we don't even know where we're going to stay tonight. So, yeah, anyway, Sandstone Trail. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Heritage.
Sandstone Heritage Trail. Thanks, Dr. Tanya.
Gotta get it right.
Yeah, look, someone's at a fire. Anyway, we're back on the road. Quick comfort break. We've got about 70 Ks to go before we get to wherever we think we're going to stop, which is past Linton. Anyway,
We may even go a bit further.
we'll see how we go. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's good going east when the sun's setting in the west, because that way the sun's not in our eyes. But anyway, there's like big road trains going past, so we'll call it quits just before it gets dark. Anyway, refreshment break and then keep going. Good morning. Good morning. Where are we?
Watching a mine.
We're mining our own business. Gwalia.
Sounds like a tropical fruit. Like
Kind of.
This is the Toby Show.
So change of plans. We were going to take Australia's longest shortcut. But it turns out we're going to do Australia's longest detour. So here we go. I'll show you here. Look, here's the map, right? Hang on, Eli, hold on 2 seconds before you get the rice levels down. Here's the map. Now, we're supposed to be coming up through here, but this point here has had 6 months of rain in the last 48 hours. So that would mean that the Great Central Road to Uluru and Katajuda is closed for the foreseeable future, and we are literally at the beginning of it.
That was a dirt track.
There was a dirt track. It is now mud.
Now a giant puddle.
Now a mud. So we don't want to go on it with it. I don't want to be. No. So that's a hard.
But it may not open for weeks anyway, because
yeah. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pump it all the way down to the Nullarbor. Go across the Nullarbor and then up to Alice Springs, and we've got to do it in 5 days. 2,800 k's, because
Is that like?
I've got a plane booked
Is that 700?
out of Alice Springs
Is
on
that
the
7
Tuesday
hours a
next
day?
week.
Is that 7 hours a
who
day?
knows? It's a long way.
We'll figure it out. So anyway, because you can't, back to the map, here's closed, so the Gibb's closed, and the normal way through to Kununurra is also closed. Fitzroy Crossing and Halls Creek, because there's flooding all up here, flooding all in here, and down here the Nullarbor has only just opened today. So we are going to pump it straight down south from here to Norseman, so down through Kalgoorlie. That's the plan, yeah?
We're not far from Norseman.
Yeah,
now.
we're not far. We're about 4, maybe 5 hours from Norseman. So we'll pump it down through Kalgoorlie, try and get to Norseman, and then there's a good pub in Norseman, so we might give that a crack. And there's also free. There's a free
RV.
Free RV camp. So we'll see how we travel today.
Paddock, it depends how
It
wet
is,
it is.
yeah. So it depends how wet it is, or we might just get to Norseman and keep pumping it through. But before we do that, we're in this abandoned, what's the actual town called?
Ghost town, Gwalia.
Gwalia is the ghost town. So we're in this ghost town. So we're actually going to try and actually do some touristy stuff while we're actually here, because we came here because we wanted to check out the ghost town and the museum and everything. So we'll have some breakfast. We'll do that, and we'll jump in the car, and we will start trekking south on Australia's
Looks like a really cool
longest detour. Alright, anyway, so even though the weather's just horrid, Gwalia has not only this cool museum that we're about to go and see, but there's space for probably, how many RVs do you reckon there? How many vans? Probably 15.
There's all lines drawn on the ground.
Yeah, there's all these lines which we've ignored because there's no one else here. There's all these lines there. So this area here is all free, which is kind of cool.
Toby, stop.
And yeah, we'll go check out the museum. So this behemoth behind me, right there, is the largest Oregon head frame in Australia that's ever built. And its purpose was to pull these carts, I'll put some footage in, pull these carts up from the mine shaft. So you can see that angle there. That angle was the angle of the mine shaft going down. And they used to fill it full of ore, and they'd bring the ore up over the top there, and then it'd fall off the top down into probably a conveyor belt where it would taken off for processing to try and get the gold out of the pay dirt. And actually it wasn't originally there, it was down on the original mine site, and it cost them $1.5 million? $1.3 million to move it from probably 40, 50 metres down that way to where it is now. So there you go, that's how important it is. Behind us here is Hoover's house. And it's now bed and breakfast, so you can't go in there. But Hoover was the mine manager, and he was responsible for changing the rules of how the miners got paid. So he didn't actually put them on the clock until the pick actually hit the rock. And sometimes it would take the miners over an hour to get down to the shaft, and an hour to get down to the shaft and actually start mining. So essentially he was ripping the miners off by 2 hours a day. So apparently he wasn't very well respected amongst the mining fraternity. We've certainly come a long way since the 1800s. The difference between this quarters, which is just opulent, which was the mine managers, and the workers' quarters and the workers' testaments of their living conditions, with the high suicide rate and the high death rate in the mines. It just shows that we have come a long way. We've still got a long way to go, but this is ridiculous. This place is beautiful, but to see the comparison between how the manager lived and how the poor miners lived. I don't think the miners who are just across the way in the gold mine are quite as hardly done by. So Hoover House, interesting enough, and the guy that I was talking about before that wasn't very nice to his workers, is actually Herbert Hoover, who went on from here to become the 31st US president. So, yeah, read into that what you will. Now, it probably is worth noting there's a whole abandoned ghost town here that we didn't actually get to explore because we are on the clock as far as getting to Alice Springs is concerned. But we will come back here because I still want to do the Great Central Road, which is still closed, unfortunately. But yeah, there's a lot of driving ahead of us, so we're going to have to, unfortunately, leave the ghost town for another now. But we will be back. Now, the ghost town was basically, it's only a ghost town because it was full of miners until the mine closed. When the mine closed, they literally all just left.
1963.
In 1963.
1863.
1963. Yeah, 1963. They all went back to Perth, apparently.
Yeah.
And they just left it, exactly. They didn't take really anything with them. They just took off. So anyway, we are now on our way to Kalgoorlie.
Without takeaway Scott.
Without takeaway Scots. And I'm not sure if we're going to stop on the way. We will stop on the way. We'll see if there's anything interesting on the way and get some fuel first. And yeah, we'll see how we go.